with Colin Birkas of your Brockville Braves, and you mentioned last time about the rest possibilities, and I took a look at the game in Carleton Place just before the game started on Sunday, and I believe there was six guys out of the line, but pretty interesting.
Yeah, I actually think it was 7, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I didn't even make it through Smith Falls on my way home before all my colleagues called me and said, "What happened? Is Carleton Place really clicking like that, or?" Were you guys sick? And I just said, no, we took the opportunity. We're worn out. We had some injuries, and I didn't want to expose a few guys in that game. So I did, I did what I thought was a mature decision for the betterment of the group. We'll take our lumps, give some guys an opportunity to experience playing at this level against a very good hockey team. Rest some guys, and hopefully it pays dividends down the stretch. It hasn't paid dividends yet. It's just one of these things that I think 2-3 weeks from now we'll look back and say that was a smart move.
I believe you started the season something like 16 or 14 players that hadn't played Junior A before, and a number of them from prep school, of course, a much shorter schedule. That must have played into your decision-making.
Yeah, 100%. And the fact we were missing our number 2 center, and Chad Varney, and Devin Moore is our number 1 guy, and that's pretty clear. He is diminutive, and he does take a beating night after night, and I just thought guys like him, maybe have hit a little bit of a wall. So, for us to wear them down and expect better results, I think isn't realistic. So I think, we've sat down as a group and we've mapped out what we think is a good strategy for the last 3 weeks of the season. We're sticking to it, win or lose. And then hopefully, these guys bounce back and snap back and go to the next level in the playoffs.
A little more of a full complement last night in Kemptville. You came up on the short end of a 3-0 score. What was that game like?
You know what? What would that game be? 57 for us on the year, 56? It may have been our worst effort of the season. At this stage of the game, you got to use more carrot than stick. So there's no point in dwelling and getting down on each other. I looked at the group on the bench, and they were worn out. We had hit a wall. The league's not going to make any amendments for us, so we have to play again tonight. We'll put our best foot forward, especially the fact we're on home ice. And then I think some normalcy comes back into our schedule starting Monday. We'll have the full week of practice, the one game on the one game on Friday, then Sunday, and more of a routine schedule. And I think, if we can survive tonight, we're going to start getting some of the cavalry back.
Yeah, that was the next thing we were going to say. What's the health status?
You got a lot of guys at 75, and that's what I think you saw us play last night. We probably could have snuck out a point or two last night, but we had so many guys at 75%. We forced Hank to do too much, and we weren't sharp around their net when we did get opportunities. So, I'm hoping a couple of things happen. I'm hoping we get Jack Gill back. He's a heart and soul guy for us. Hoping to get Chad Varney. I think people forget he might be one of the top 10 players in this whole league. He really is our engine up and down the ice, so getting him back will be huge. And then I think really the big thing will be a lot of these aforementioned guys at 75%. If we can get them back up to 90 and to 100, it's almost like having an extra couple of bodies, right? So we're hoping that we're smart with this week and we start to see some guys back.
You do expect Varney back for the playoffs, Colin?
100%. He's been skating in the States and rehabbing. I told him to stay home, with the health insurance and stuff. It made more sense, and he'd get probably better care for the dollar down there. So he's been down there the last couple of weeks, gave me an update, said his workouts, the leg's stronger than ever, the skate felt really good. He's ahead of schedule. I think, if we really pushed it, if we were fighting to get in a playoff spot, I think he probably could have played tonight. But again, it's all about making mature decisions for these kids because sometimes they won't make them on their own. And even as a coach, it's hard to. I see a team, there's a 1-goal difference between us and Hawkesbury every game. And selfishly, with Hank in and Varney in, that's probably a 1-goal swing our way. So it's tough to not want him to come in and get us win number 30. But at the end of the day, it's the wins once the playoffs start that are more important, and a healthy Varney will take us far, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Hawkesbury Hawks, they've had your number 4-0, but all the games, 3 of them one-goal games, a couple overtimes. There's one 2-0 game, but a pretty good game, I guess, at the Bob Hartley about a week or so, 2 weeks ago, a 2-1 game.
Yeah, no, that was a good game. We had an opportunity, Eric Faith, to win it with an empty net, and that goalie got his toe on something, and then, when you see that type of a save in the dying seconds of a game, the point's going their way, and it did. The time before we were up there, we actually beat them. We beat them in a shootout. Chad Varney, I think, got the winner. So it's been really tight. It's they still do have the season series on us, but we've had points in almost every game. I think we're averaging a point a game against them. Tonight will be tough. They're going full bore. They've got their full lineup in tonight. We are dinged up a little bit, but home ice, good fans on our side. Maybe we can eke one out and feel good about ourselves heading into our kind of, I guess, call it a bye week, even though it's not really.
Thanks for doing this. Good luck tonight.
Anytime. Thank you.
Colin Birkas here, Rockville Braves.